We have come to the part of the haul that combines Disney with adulting. Hey there, thanks so much for stopping by. We finally made it to part 3, or the last part to my Tokyo Disney Resort haul series. If you haven't seen part 1 or 2 yet, I will put the link to those videos in the description box for you to check out. So be sure to watch those 2 parts first before you end off with wrapping up the series with this video. Now for the final part of my haul, it's going to be less about all the fun toys and stuff, and even though more than half of my haul was basically that kind of stuff, because I am still very much a child at heart, as is anyone who is into Disney, I did also happen to pick up a lot more functional items. So this haul video is going to be less about toys and decorative items and more about practicality, with an exception of 1 or 2 items, I have to confess. Along with the items, I will also be sharing with you the retail price in case you're wondering how much they go for in the shops. And as is the case with all my haul videos on this channel, I'm going to give you a very quick but short disclaimer that because I purchased these things directly, I will not be sponsoring or recommending any pickup services because I have no need for them, and I wouldn't want to be sharing with you something that I personally haven't experienced anyway. With every subsequent Tokyo Disney trip that I take, I've noticed that my purchases in practical or more functional items has been increasing significantly with each trip. And I kind of had to take a step back because that usually wasn't the case whenever I went shopping at the parks. Usually the majority of my hauls would be about plushies and decorative items and just things that you can put on your shelves or decorate your house with, or figurines, that kind of thing. And it's only very recently that I started to purchase more of these practical items, and Tokyo Disney does a great job with them, and I didn't really realize how many or how much of these things there were until I started to look into them and started to actively purchase these things. Tokyo Disney knows how to Disneyfy almost any part of your house, so you can easily add a little touch of Disney magic anywhere in your home. So before we get into the all season, like all year round, all purpose type of items, I do want to share with you the seasonal items. It's quite late for them to be shared. The first one is of course a plushie. That's what I love to do whenever I go to the park. I love to get costume plushies because it's a great souvenir. It commemorates the event that is happening at the time. And because it was the Christmas event, here is Donald in his Tokyo Disney Sea Christmas costume. This is actually not a new costume. This was also his costume in the event last year. I missed out on his costume last year, and when I checked out the third-party sellers, he was going for quite a high price, like almost 40% more than he usually was being sold. But because the event came back for the second year, I finally got the chance to get him without having to pay extra out of my pocket. So I was pretty happy to finally get a hold of him because I thought he was so cute in white. I really love the color palette of the white against gold and navy of the costumes this year. You can see just how dashing he is. Mickey also has a very similar style, the whole tuxedo going on. It was a very sort of nostalgic type of costume. Think of like old American wintertime costumes. And let's appreciate the details, starting with what's going on the top of his hat. You have a little bit of holly with some gold leaves, and the holly is not just printed, but they're actually little pom-poms right stuck on there, which is always a nice touch whenever they do like 3D elements to the costumes. His vest is quite shiny. There's a glitter to it, and same with the band around his top hat. And he even has little like jewels that are adorning the front of his tuxedo. These are like the buttons of his jacket. It's so cute. A simple design, but it's all in the small details. The second item is actually a souvenir item. It was one of the limited time snack cases that came out during the Christmas event, and it was in limited time because it only happened during the Christmas season. I jumped at it because it looks like a popcorn wagon. Look at all the small things that are on it. I love the cookie wheels. I love that there's Mickey and Minnie right on the front. They even have an image of the popcorn maker that's happening in all the popcorn wagons. I really like this touch of adding that falling snow on top of the popcorn wagon. It just brings about a very like winter feel to it. There's the back. It says popcorn. The side of it. I really appreciate the molding in the plastic part to show the doors and the little cabinets of the wagon itself. And there's the front. It comes with a chain, a green plastic chain where you can hang it off your bag or your backpack, whatever have you. You have the choice of choosing one of two snack items, and you can choose a jelly bean or a candied chocolate, and I chose the jelly bean. So the snack itself doesn't come inside the snack case. You actually have the choice of putting it whenever you want to. This is what the jelly bean package looks like. It's gummy candies. It doesn't say jelly beans. These sort of candies, like the soft gummy candies, are called gummies in Japan. I don't think they have a word for jelly beans here. They just call it gummies. Because I haven't opened it yet, I'm not familiar with what the flavors are, but there are 4 different types of colors. There's yellow, pink, green, and purple. So I want to say that there are 4 flavors. Oh, looking at the ingredients, it says that there's apple, lemon, grape, and raspberry. Okay, so those are the 4 flavors to the candies inside. And I got this last December, and it says this is good till May. So this lasts like half a year from purchase, which is amazing. I can still enjoy a winter treat in the springtime. I'll be saving that for later. So those are the 2 seasonal items. Let's get into the more adult version of the haul, and we'll start with a towel, a very simple towel. This is not seasonal by any way, but it is from a vintage line of merchandise, and it wasn't only limited to towels. There were also like dishware and utensils, and this is a mini towel, measures 25 by 25. I recently tossed out one of my Disney towels because it was getting quite used, so I'm pretty happy that I have a new one to replace that. And the colors that they used on this lineup of nostalgia is not what you would expect. First, here's an overview of what it looks like. They purposely chose colors that made it look more vintage. And I love that they capture all of the landmarks that you can find at either Tokyo Disneyland or Disney Sea. Let's just briefly go through the different landmarks that can be found on the towel. So here we have Splash Mountain, and underneath that is the Arabian Coast and the Tower of Terror. Going to the middle here, of course, is Mickey with the key landmark of Tokyo Disneyland, Cinderella's Castle. Moving onward here, that is Toontown, which is a part of Disneyland. Down here is Small World, and Daisy's representing that area. There is the partner statue in front of the World Bazaar of Disneyland. Here, the Aquasphere is of Disney Sea, and Minnie's right there with it. Pluto is just kind of in the middle of everything. Tomorrowland, as represented by Space Mountain. Mount Prometheus is Disney Sea's landmark. SS Columbia, which is also in Disney Sea, and that red bridge over there is part of the American waterfront landscape. It connects to the next area, which is Cape Cod, and that's represented by the lighthouse over there in the corner. And finally, in the middle between the big ship and the bridge is Mermaid Lagoon, which is found in Disney Sea. So I really like that they captured elements of both Disneyland and Disney Sea. Just looking at it makes me so happy, and it definitely brings a sense of urgency to want to go back to the parks. Next up is a drawstring bag, and this is a rather common item to find at the shops. At any event, at any season, you can find some sort of design on a drawstring bag. I already got some seasonal drawstring bags of the Snow lineup from some gacha, but I wanted to get one that was for an all-season kind of purpose, so I didn't want one that had like Christmas or a holiday or a winter design on it. I wanted one that could be used all year round, so I was so glad to find this one. This design can actually also be found on a tin of assorted cookies, and I have that tin, and I use that tin for keeping my pins in, and I just jumped when I saw the exact same design on a drawstring bag because I loved it so much. Look at this. First of all, look at the border. There are hidden Mickeys all across the top of the border. And what I love about this particular design is that they not only have the different characters on the bag, they also have their signatures to go with them, as in the exact same signatures that you can get when you meet the characters and they sign your autograph book. It's the same style of writing. I love it so much. So that's the one side of it, and this is the back side. Next up is a lunchbox. This lunchbox features a lot of the popular snacks or foods that you can find around Tokyo Disney Resort. And that's kind of awesome because when you think about it, it's a container holding food that also carries designs of food that you can find at Tokyo Disney Resort. So here's a look of all the different snacks that are featured on the container. The designs are all on the top lid. This half of the lid features designs of food items that can be found at Tokyo Disney Sea, and on the other half are food items from Tokyo Disneyland. I really love items or merchandise that capture the essence of both parks. So the body of the container is a very, very happy yellow. And according to the back, it says that you can microwave this as long as you take off the lid. However, this is not dishwasher safe, so you would have to hand wash it. In line with the food designs of Tokyo Disney Resort, they also released an apron that captures the same kind of style that we just saw earlier in the lunchbox design. But this time, because there's more surface area, there is a whole lot of food that can be fit onto the surface of the apron, and therefore they also included some beverages or drinks, like right there. So here's a preview of the designs of the apron. It's covered all over in the same art style, featuring snacks and food and drinks that can be found at the parks. And what I also like about it is that they tell you in English what the names of those food and beverage items are. This also happens to be my first Disney apron. I think there's going to be a lot of firsts in this video. I'll put it on so you can get a sense of what it looks like when it's being worn. So the straps are yellow. It's the same yellow as that of the lunchbox. And it comes with a button here at the top so you can adjust the neck strap. And there we have it, modeling for you the Tokyo Disney food and snacks and beverage design apron. Here are the two pockets. They are on the bottom half of the apron. They're not really to the side, it's more towards the front. And it ties very well at the back. It's definitely the art style that makes this apron. In continuing with things that you put on your body, I also got room wear, as in something that you wear at home, and it is of the snow design. I didn't share this in my second video, which featured all the snow merch that I purchased, and because it's apparel, I thought this has a much more practical purpose to it. And what it is an oversized sweater or hoodie. Here is a preview of what the sweater looks like. It is made to look like an oversized hoodie, and the best part is the hoodie has Mickey ears on top of it, and it has a front pocket that you can put your hands in to warm them up. And this is made for sizes medium to large, and it is designed for ladies in mind. The weather is warming up right now, so there's really no need for me to put this on at the moment, and I do want to keep this in its packaging to save for next winter. The color is my color. I love teal. It's a very light teal, aquamarine kind of shade. And the ears, the Mickey ears, are white, and they have a bunch of snow scattered throughout the body of this hoodie. And oh, I can't believe I almost missed showing you this. They have embroidered a pair of snow Mickey and Minnie right at the corner of the front pocket. So this is a duster. This is a duster fashioned after Fantasia, or more specifically the Sorcerer Mickey part of Fantasia. Let's just open this up so you can get a look at the duster itself. Everything about it has elements of that particular scene in Fantasia. Of course, the handle of the duster is that very distinct magical broom, and the container that holds the duster is the bucket that is also used in the same scene. And on the front of the container, you have Sorcerer Mickey doing his magic. Everything about it is a nod to that magical scene in Fantasia. And this is what the duster looks like. It's blue. And this is what the inside of the container looks like. Very simple. When you're done, you just put it back in there. And according to the packaging, they denoted this not as a duster, but as like a small mop. And you don't need to use detergent. You can just use it as it is to wipe off the dust. Obviously there will be a buildup of dust once you've used it. This part of the duster, I'll still refer to it as a duster, is removable. So that means that you can wash this with water to make it usable again. So it is very much reusable. So let me just put that away. And the last thing I want to share with you is some dishware. It comes in a box like this, and you can see the different colors of the dishes. It comes in a set of 5, and the best part about it is it's in the shape of Mickey ears. So let me just pull one out to show you what one dish looks like. So here's what one of them looks like. It's a small plate. It's used for something like sauces or dips or snacks. It's made of a very sturdy porcelain or ceramic. I like that on the back of the ears you have a sort of small molding that helps stabilize the plate. And in the middle right there it says Tokyo Disney Resort. I don't want to take out the rest. I kind of want to keep it all together because I will be putting this in my kitchen cupboard. So aside from pink, you also have yellow, light blue, a darker blue, and a purple right down there. According to the box, this is microwave safe, oven safe, and dishwasher safe. So this is a very versatile set of dishes. I love things that you can just put in the dishwasher. Makes it a lot less hassle to deal with. Now that I've finished this part of the haul, I'm finally able to put these items into use. They have been unopened in their packaging for the longest time for the purpose of this video. I can't wait to finally be able to use them. I especially can't wait to use this one. I recently misplaced my lunchbox, and it was of a Disney lunchbox as well, so the timing is just perfect. And with that, we have wrapped up this haul series from my Tokyo Disney Resort trip. Perhaps this gave you a better idea of the kind of more practical and functional items that you can find at the stores at Tokyo Disney Resort. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, so let me know what your favorite items were. And if you found this video helpful or insightful, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and please subscribe and hit that bell. Thanks so much for spending time with me. Stay tuned for more hauls, and I'll see you in the next video.